Hello, my name is Lindsay Gillespie, and I'm going to interview you today. Can you go on ahead and introduce yourself for me?
I'm Sheridan, and this is Solomon.
Okay. So can you please give me a brief description of PNES?
And that stands for psychogenic non-epileptic seizures.
Okay.
And basically, obviously, like it says, they're non-epileptic, and they're caused normally by a traumatic event, stress, or anxiety. Because along with that, I also have PTSD.
Okay. So if you could share one piece of information with the world about PNES, what would that be?
When I first, got my diagnosis, I had a doctor tell me, it was like conversion disorder, like I couldn't control it, but somehow my body was doing it, but I can't control it, and I don't. Sometimes I don't know warning signs, and so, if you're having these symptoms, like, I don't know, sometimes doctors want to convince you that you're crazy or there's something, like, really psychologically wrong, but it's really nothing that you've done,
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So how did you respond when you first realized that you had this going on?
I had my first seizure driving, so that was scary. And then once they had told me that, that I had a seizure, obviously that's scary. If you've ever seen anyone with a seizure, it is scary. And it was hard, trying to adjust to figure out what I could do different to stop the seizures and what I could change lifestyle-wise.
Okay. When you do have a seizure, how do you feel, like, physically and mentally?
Oh, gosh. After I have a seizure, normally, because with my seizures, my whole body locks up, and so it takes it a couple of hours to quit that normally, and so my body physically hurts, and especially if I fall, then my head hurts, and so that's hard, and then mentally, if it happens in public, you're kind of embarrassed, I guess, and so that's hard, and especially, if it's at class, you have to go back to class, and then you see those people again, so, it's rough, I'm not gonna lie to you.
How do you avoid having your seizures?
I found that if I get plenty of sleep, drink enough water, make sure I'm taking my medication regularly, just handle situations with a more positive attitude, it tends to help so that I don't get so stressed.
Okay, that's interesting. So how exactly does Solomon, your service dog, assist you?
Well, he's pretty new. I've had him for about 3 months now.
Okay.
But he alerted my first seizure the other day, and he let me know, even though I didn't realize it, and he whined and was licking me, but then stayed with me the whole time. But just, having him is a responsibility, and, if I'm feeling really down from my depression, I have to get out of bed because he has to eat and he has to go outside, and so he, obviously keeps me going, but once he gets more, advanced in his training, he'll be able to alert me, and then obviously it's good to have somebody there with you when you wake up from your seizure, because that's scary waking up and nobody else is there.
Yeah. So he's like your constant.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
That's cool. So how do other people respond to your service dog?
Oh gosh. Well, it depends. If they know about service dogs, then they're really, they're really good, and they ask to pet, or, they don't make eye contact, or I had one lady that was like, oh, is it okay if I actually talk to him? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. But, it just depends on where I'm at.
Okay. How do you respond to people asking you questions about your service dog or your disorder in general?
I try to just be a normal person, and so Solomon has been a hard adjustment for me. So when I've heard people make comments about, why does she have a service dog? She's not blind, because people aren't educated. And so, people people don't understand, and so it's hard, to explain that to them, or to tell people about your disorder, because that's not something that I want to define me. And so it's been a hard adjustment, to tell people, or them to be, because people don't understand that it's not, I don't know, nice to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What does he do for you? Well, I may not want to tell you, but, then I feel bad if I don't, because then, you just kind of leave people hanging. So, okay. So, it's been an adjustment.
Okay. And this will be my last question for you today. How does your support system support you through this? What does your support system kind of look like?
Oh, gosh. Well, my Wesley family has been really great. Not only that, but my family, they live close to here, and just having them, they're constantly checking on me, just because they know that I do struggle most days, but, just having people that are always there, and they're always checking on you, but, surrounding myself with really positive, good people, it's really been helpful.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing with me today.
You're welcome.
I know some of those topics probably aren't the easiest to talk about, so thank you again.